Hello, we're on location today and I thought this was a great opportunity to show you my go-to essentials that I take on any location shoot. When shooting on location, the preparation is absolutely essential. If you arrive on location and you've realized you've forgotten something, it can make things really difficult on the day. So the more prep that you do before you arrive, the better off your shoots will be and the workflow will just feel calm and less stressful. So I'm going to be showing you exactly what we bring on our location shoots, and I've done this quite a few times, so I feel like I've got it down pat now. The first thing for me is a 10-meter tethering cord. So I talk about tethering in a lot of my work. I absolutely love using Capture One so I can see exactly what I'm shooting, what my photo results look like as I'm going. And these 10-meter tethering cords from Cobra Tether are so good. I've had like just 1 to 2 meter ones before. I haven't had the flexibility to be able to like walk away from my computer where it's stationed without the risk of it coming unplugged. So 10-meter tethering cord, absolutely essential. My second essential is a reflector disc. This is a 5-in-1, so it has a silver color, a gold, a black, and then on the inside it has a diffuser as well. So if you need to diffuse some like hard light that's coming through, or you need to soften something on like a model's face or a product, this is really handy. It's basically like a 5-in-1 bounce card. The other essential is a Pelican case. So you have to think about, how am I getting my gear here and how am I getting it here safely? So this Pelican case is really cool because what you actually do is you get these mesh insert and you cut it out to be the exact same size as what you need to protect. So for example, this is our strobe and our strobes fit perfectly in there because we've cut it out to that specific size. So super handy. We travel to Sydney with these and it's quite frightful to put your expensive gear on a plane, but no issues at all. It arrives safely, protected, and they're super heavy duty and also really secure with the way that it snaps shut as well. So that's just not going to be opening for anyone. See, I can't even open it right now. But yeah, Pelican case, absolutely essential. Let me just quickly show you how we've got things set up as well. So we've just like hid our stuff in the location because we're going to be using the house. We don't want to sprawl our gear out everywhere and make it look really messy. So we've stationed ourselves in a little hidey hole away from everything. You are not going to see this in the set. There is nothing worse than filming and then realizing that you've shot everything and you see like a coffee cup in the background or a piece of gear. So having your stuff away out of scene is a great plan. So our gear's in here. We've just set up our light stands just so we can easily put a light straight on it. But let me just talk to you first about our suitcase arrangement. So if you have to carry props, wardrobe, little bits of gear, tools, having a suitcase is really handy for that. So on one side we had all of our wardrobe, which we've already unpacked and categorized it into different scenes. And then on the other side here, we have things packed into individual Ziploc bags. So we have our client product in a Ziploc bag. So it's by itself, it's just easy to reach. Then here we've got a bag of like tools. So we've got gaff tape, scissors, clips, a box cutter. We've got bin bags. Bringing some bin bags on shoots is very helpful because you just never know what kind of rubbish you're going to have at the end of the day, and you can't rely on other people to have bin bags and stuff. It's also just really nice to take your rubbish away from the properties. Like, don't leave them with your trash. So there's that. We've got like pens and highlighters and stuff like that. I've got a little packing cube with just batteries and stuff here because they were just bigger, bulkier items that I didn't want flying around. So if you had light bags, you could just obviously put them in there. We also bring a whole bunch of extension cords ourselves. Again, you can't rely on different properties or location hires to have extension cords or power outlets. So we bring a whole bunch of extension cords and power boards. I also, as soon as we arrive, we set up a gear charging station. So we've just got a power board here with a whole bunch of charging ports. So we've got our Macs, our microphones, batteries, strobes, and that's just helpful to have a rotation of different batteries on charge throughout the day. Obviously, don't forget your brief. I've got my run sheet and my brief all here ready to go, so we all know exactly what's going on throughout the day. And of course, the client product. Another little tip is to always bring yourself a steamer because, again, you can't rely on any location hire to have all of the tools that you might need. And also, it's a very good habit to get into to make sure that you are steaming all of the wardrobe if you're working with models. Nothing worse than seeing a crinkled shirt like mine currently on set. It's easier to fix it with a photo, but if you're doing video, you definitely can't fix things like that in post-production. One little tip though, if you are traveling with a steamer, make sure that it's empty without water and then put this part this little part in a Ziploc bag. That way, if it does have any leftover water, it's not going to go on any of your gear, because there's nothing worse than gear and water mixing. I also like to bring some modifiers. Again, just never know if you're going to need them. I love using reflected dishes just to contain the spread, or if I need more light, this will enhance the output on my strobe. So I've got those. Another thing I like to do is put all of my props in tubs. That way I can put the lid on them. So these are all of the props that we need for today. I also created a packing list which had all of the props that aligned with each scene as well. So that is all there. We've also got our stands, which is just pretty standard. I like to bring our own tripods as well, depending if you're working in a studio space or studio hire. Having your own tripods and brackets, just make sure that everything's going to go to plan. I've also got snacks and lunch, which I've like pre-organized ahead with the wardrobe. As I mentioned, we already took it out and we've put it into categories. So this is our active wear, this is our home casual wear, pajamas, casual at home with jeans. And then we did have a C-stand as our coat rack before, but we obviously just had to use it. So we've just packed it away and put the clothes that are steamed and hanging up somewhere else. We actually just placed it in the laundry, I believe. That is our essentials. Oh, one more thing. The final piece of the puzzle is sandbags. Sandbags are going to make sure that your light stands are secure. You don't want to topple over, have anything break throughout the shoot. So definitely bring your own sandbags, because again, you can't rely on spaces to have stuff like that. So yes, we best get in this shoot and I'll show you some B-roll from what it actually looks like. So having your gear stationed, are you two hiding or are you looking?
We're looking.
Okay, suspect.
What's the first page?
Anyways, come have a look at the star of the show, the waterfront views. And like, I'm really not sure what's going on. Who's taking this a little too seriously? Sweetheart, darling, it's too windy. Get inside.